Michael was a different level, man. He's a different level of competitiveness, just sheer will to win. He changed the game. He changed the game. I mean, not just in one aspect, in many aspects, in every aspect of the game, he changed it. I played against some of the greatest players in the history of this game. Michael Jordan was one of those guys that lifted my ability to the next level. We enjoyed the competition with one another. We played very hard and fiercely against one another, but it was like you had two gentlemen going head to head. Michael Jordan and I wasn't just coming down the court getting dunks at the dunks. We found creative ways to score. I can't tell you the fun and the pleasure I had to play against him. You know, and Michael and I, we never really talked about those games. It was kind of an unspoken thing between us. You know, the respect level that we had was at a different level. I think I had a great game in Atlanta, and I remember going to Chicago. Michael walks into our locker room, and we're still in suit and tie. We haven't gotten dressed yet, and he walks in our locker room, suit and tie, and I was like, what are you doing coming in our locker room? And I ain't gonna say exactly what I said. And so he walked by me, he walked by Kevin Willis, and he got to Randy Whitman, he tapped him on his butt, and he said, lace him up, it's gonna be a long night. He got 60 that night. He got 60. And it was a very close game. I think it went down to the last shot in that game, but I think he proved his point.
And a beautiful view of the famous Chicago skyline. An appropriate dramatic setting for our game today at Chicago Stadium. Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation of today's game. I'm Kevin Harlan, with me courtside Clark Kellogg, and across the way on the sidelines, David Aldridge. We should be in for a great game here. Clark, it's the Chicago Bulls taking on the visiting Atlanta Hawks.
I'm ready for a good one, partner. Listen to these Chicago fans. Extremely excited to get this underway and see two All-Stars, Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan, go at it. This could be an outstanding scoring contest between these two.
You said it. Buckle in. Clark, part of what makes Wilkins and Jordan so exceptional is how many ways they can get points.
Yeah, they score a lot of different ways, Kevin. Their offensive games are really versatile and complete. They can knock down threes, hit the mid-range jumper, and then you know they both can do damage at the rim.
And out there for Atlanta, Spud Webb at the point with Doc Rivers at the 2. At the forward positions, Dominique Wilkins and Moses Malone. John Koncak will be at center. And starting things off for the Bulls, it's John Paxson at point guard with Michael Jordan also at the guard. Then Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant at the 3 and 4. The veteran, Bill Cartwright in the middle.
Expectations are high for Jordan and Wilkins in this one. They're both exceptional scoring threats, and I know their teams are expecting each of them to be the difference makers out there as they try to get the W.
Now here's Paxson. Pass to Pippen. Now Jordan, defended by Wilkins. Wilkins against Jordan. Just 4 to shoot. Rebound by the Hawks. You know, often, Clark, it's the team's respective leader who sets the tone for their whole squad.
You are correct, partner. So if Jordan or Wilkins can manage to get off to a hot start, that could spread to the other guys and get their whole team rolling early.
That's a good point. You know, Clark, in some ways, this game could come down to either Jordan's or Wilkins. And who scores the most? Outperforming the other could seal the game for their team.
And, Kevin, that's exactly what we'll be keeping a close eye on. Which one is leading in the point column? Because I agree, the winner of that duel very well could decide this thing.
Oh, what a duel it's going to be. Now, here's Jordan. And the layup falls. All right, Clark, Wilkins and Jordan. A couple of talented one-on-one players who are both going to be seeking mismatches in this one.
And, you know, Kevin, if you're on either of these teams, you've got to be ready to come at Jordan and Wilkins defensively. Don't let them dictate things. Low-effort defense, not going to get it done because they'll take advantage of that fully.
Oof. Malone, no luck.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Pippen, the pass to Jordan. Pick by Cartwright. Fades and shoots, and it's good for 2. Jordan's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And we know Jordan is a master from the mid-range. Whether he's squared up or falling away, you feel like it's going to splash.
The #1 objective, Clark, of this Bulls defense has to be limiting Dominique Wilkins' looks. They've got to contain that incredible scoring of his.
Kevin, you're all over it. Right on point. I mean, if Chicago can't disrupt his usual scoring, then they're in for a long night and some real trouble.
Here's Jordan. After Moses Malone's score, Jordan dishes to Grant. Back to Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
You can always count on Jordan to crank it up a little bit here at home and give these Bulls fans a game worth watching.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Rivers. Knocked away. There's the pass to Jordan. And then slammed in by Jordan.
Oh, you love the swagger in MJ's game. Going up high and throwing it down hard.
The Hawks trail by 4. Credit to these Hawks, Clark, for having a constant postseason presence these last few seasons.
3 straight second-round appearances, and then last year a tough loss in the first round. But I say don't let that fool you. These Hawks are a very competitive team.
They really are. Now here's Jordan, following the miss by Moses Malone. Baseline try, again Chicago.
Absolutely fearless with that mid-range shot. Surprised he got it up and over him.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Webb with it, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Malone. Some solid defense from Grant. The Bulls leading by 6. Clark, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end of the floor. Excellent game plan and execution. Michael Jordan, MJ, it really doesn't get much better than this.
1:14 left to play in the first. Some fresh competition, Clark, for the Bulls and Hawks in the league this year, with 2 expansion teams coming to the NBA in Orlando and Minnesota.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, these teams are focused on the game at hand. That's pretty obvious, but this is a very interesting time for the NBA. A lot of new talent and the new landscape.
A lot of growing indeed. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Paxson outside. Back to Jordan. And Jordan throws it down. Chicago, Atlanta. It's a special matchup. And these fans feeling a little extra electricity from Michael Jordan in this one. Here's Webb. The Bulls getting the bucket. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. To the inside. Malone is doubled. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Here's Jordan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen. 16 points for Jordan.
From the opening whistle, their tempo has been the tempo of the game.
Here's Malone, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. Michael Jordan getting it done for Chicago. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. Back to the action in just a minute. Welcome back, everyone, to Chicago as the second quarter gets underway. It's been an exciting game so far between the hometown Chicago Bulls and the visiting Atlanta Hawks.
For the Bulls, they've got a new coach at the helm this season. With Phil Jackson, this is his first stint as a head coach here in the NBA.
They've got Cartwright. Pippen is out there with King. Then there's Armstrong. And it's Jordan in at the shooting guard position. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Now here's Pippen. Dominique Wilkins unable to get his shot to go. And a wide open look for Jordan. Again, Chicago. Jackson, of course, a former player, a former assistant under Doug Collins in Chicago. And Clark, I hear he's got some interesting ideas when it comes to on-court strategy.
Well, Kevin, you know, he's certainly got some good pieces to test those ideas out with. There's no denying that. But what I think matters most is that the guys seem to relate to him and like it. Chemistry between players and head coaches is critical.
Well, you know, you played a long time, and you know how important that connection can be.
That's a very key deal.
That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Willis. Now, looking back at the opening quarter, Clark, Jordan managed to stay ahead of Wilkins in points scored.
Yeah, really good start for him, Kevin, in that regard, but can he keep doing that the entire game?
Right. Michael Jordan's presence felt by every fan in attendance.
Another big night for Jordan. What a natural scorer he is. MJ simply can do it all.
The Hawks trail by 14. Rivers looking over the floor. Here's Smith. Nails the 16-footer. Smith's got his first basket of the night.
You know, I think they've got to show a little more anticipation dealing with these screens because right now they're just laying on them and getting stuck.
Jordan against Wilkins. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. And the Bulls making a change here. Purdue's checked in. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in.
Well, you got to appreciate how consistent these Atlanta Hawks have been. I mean, season to season, even while going through some roster shakeups, they've been steady.
And the call will be against Scottie Pippen. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Willis, the pass to Smith. Clark sets a screen. 6 to shoot. Rivers. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Clark, as we know, last year the Hawks were able to hit 50 wins for the 4th consecutive season.
And, Kevin, I think that speaks to, obviously, the product on the floor, but the quality of their organization, too. I mean, these are players and coaches who just know how to win games.
And the Hawks making a change here. Tony's checked in. Clark, how do you think the Bulls have done so far in defending Dominique Wilkins?
I think they've done a solid job, quite honestly. I mean, they've taken away the easy looks for him, and they're making him work for every shot. Kevin, that's really all you want to do against a great scorer like Wilkins.
Yeah, make him work for every bucket. That's a good point. So far, Michael Jordan has been getting just about, Clark, everything he wants on the offensive end.
And that's not unexpected, but, you know, that doesn't bode well for the Hawks as Wilkins has been unable to answer Jordan with shots of his own, which I think says a lot about the job the Chicago defense is doing.
I agree. Jordan's shot is off. The Hawks trail by 11. Pass to Rivers. Passes it to Carr. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
The Hawks and the Bulls, when you look at the measurables of teams and players, pretty standard for the league, with explosively athletic backcourts and then quite a bit of size down low, too.
Now, here's Jordan. He's got 22 over Wilkins. Kevin Willis grabs the miss.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
It's slammed in by Wilkins.
Boy, nice setup with the pass, and Wilkins bounces up knowing just what to do with it.
Clark, we were talking about size. Both of these teams start a 7-footer at center.
Yeah, you know, Koncak and Cartwright are very imposing at that position, Kevin, and then you get Grant and Malone are paired evenly at 6'10", so, hey, there's no way this game is not going to be physical in the paint.
Yeah, it'll be a battle for sure. Here's Tony following the basket by Michael Jordan. Wilkins in the post. Jordan's there. Dominique raising the intensity with that one. This matchup with the Bulls brings out his absolute best. Now, here's Jordan. He's got 24. Here's Armstrong. To the middle. The shot from the low post is good. Jordan's got 10 points in the quarter.
Nicely done by Armstrong there. Recognized the overcommitment from the defense. Got his teammate a nice opportunity.
And here's Rivers. Pass to Wilkins. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Michael Jordan.
Dominique Wilkins unafraid to put his body on the line, going right into that interior defense and getting himself fouled in the act.
Both free throws good from Wilkins.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
And so it's Chicago heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. So welcome back, everyone, to the third quarter of this contest between the Bulls and the Hawks, where Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins have been going at it. Here's Webb. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And as this second half gets underway, the defensive ability of the Hawks and Bulls only become more important. You got to limit your opponents down the stretch, and both of these teams have the ability to do that.
On the court for Atlanta, Malone is out there with Koncak. Then there's Dominique Wilkins, and it's Rivers, and it's Webb in at the one spot. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for Chicago. They've led by as many as 14 points. Pick by Cartwright. Fires, high post. The shot, no good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. We were talking about this before, but Clark, some very capable defenders on both sides of the floor.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, the duo of Pippen and Jordan, so effective at wreaking havoc and forcing turnovers. And the Hawks have Doc Rivers, who can hassle ball handlers. He's physical as a backcourt defender, as well as Moses down low to eat that glass and block shots, too.
Both are fun to watch. Let's check in with David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Now, coming out of the half, you think about the rivalry between Jordan and Dominique. Dominique was, of course, the league scoring champion in 1986, but Jordan took that crown the next season, and he's held it ever since. Just another area where these two great players are going head-to-head. Back to you guys.
And we're the better for it. David, thank you. I wonder if either player, Clark, is thinking about that scoring title tonight.
My guess, Kevin, is that it's perhaps somewhere lurking in their minds, maybe more front of mind for Dominique, who I think would love to snatch back that scoring title.
I mean, listen, that is a huge label of success. So I can't fold either one of them, can you?
No.
We're going over the numbers from the first half. Clark, Jordan was able to top Wilkins in scoring in the first and second quarters combined.
A critical advantage partner that he worked really hard to get. Not all of his hoops were easy ones.
Right, you're right on that.
When you think about Michael Jordan, you think about scoring, putting the ball in the basket. But he does a lot of other stuff out there as well, like moving the ball effectively.
Now, here's Malone. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
Willis, he checked in for Atlanta. Bulls leading by 10. You know, we touched on it. Last year, Michael Jordan Clark was actually 8th in the league in total assists. He was a top 10 assist guy.
It's not something that comes to mind when you think about him, but it's very impressive nonetheless, Kevin. Shows you what kind of leader he is. He knows he's got to get his teammates involved and work well with them for his team to be its best.
Yeah, he's a terrific facilitator.
No doubt.
The Hawks trail by 12. Rivers in the corner. Malone right side. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Now here's Rivers. Just 5 to shoot. Poked loose. Pippen with the steal.
These Hawks have a trusted and capable leader steering the ship, and that's Coach Mike Fratello. He won Coach of the Year for his work with this team in the '86 season.
Yeah, an experienced coach who knows his team inside and out. That's Mike Fratello. Clark, do you think that gives the Hawks an advantage?
I think it could, Kevin. I mean, Coach Fratello will have an easier time seeing what his team needs out there and will know what adjustments best suit this squad.
Chicago making a switch here. Hodges checked in. Now, here is Webb. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Livingston. The Hawks again can't hit.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Hodges misses. The Hawks trail by 14. As we get deeper into this game, Clark, it has been all Jordan offensively, as we can see, leaving Dominique well behind him.
You know, I didn't think it would be this one-sided. I mean, Jordan has just been operating at a totally different level, and Dominique has not managed to match that intensity or production.
You're so right.
Really smooth shot that time from MJ beyond the arc. Hawks can't afford to let him get it going from the three-point line.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And it's the Hawks ball, trailing by 17. And 1:01 left to play here in the third. Hodges against Webb. Left side Wilkins. 5 on the clock. Ball's knocked loose. Jordan with the steal. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Pretty good display of strength by Jordan there. Absorbed the contact and still able to nail the shot.
Antoine Carr, he's checked in for Atlanta. Tony comes in for Spud Webb. Now here is Smith.
Offensive screen set out of bounds. Play ball.
Here's Chicago. They're rolling here on a 15-point run. Jordan deciding where to go with it, and they double up Jordan. For 3, Paxson. Rebounded by Livingston. The Hawks trail by 20.
Not a bad idea to pump the brakes a little bit and slow it down right here.
Now Tony. The feed to Wilkins. Here's Livingston. The shot's good on the assist from Wilkins. Wilkins has got 3 assists tonight.
When you take high-quality shots like Cliff Livingston does, you should shoot a high percentage.
Michael Jordan getting it done for the Chicago Bulls. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. And we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everyone. We get into the fourth quarter of this thrilling game between the Atlanta Hawks and the Chicago Bulls. And this crowd is feeling it. And here's Jordan. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls.
As this game wears on, you have to be so conscious of Michael Jordan. I mean, he's got something of a reputation for being a closer, and that's an understatement. He finds a way to push himself beyond his limits to come up with clutch points when his team needs it most.
Grant is out there with Pippen. Then it's John Paxson. Then it's Cartwright. And it's Jordan in a shooting guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. The pass to Livingston. Back to Tony. Pass to Rivers. Kicks to Wilkins. Clock at 6. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Jordan. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Jordan doing a nice job leaking out slyly. Excellent in transition.
Knowing that Michael Jordan likes to explode down the home stretch offensively, Clark, think the Hawks might increase the defensive pressure on them.
You know, it wouldn't shock me, Kevin, if they did just that. Just make sure somehow, some way, you don't allow him to put together a run.
Webb's checked in for Atlanta. Passes it to Rivers. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Pippen, and that one misses. Koncak's checked in for Livingston. And he's good on the second.
You know, something I like about both of these teams, the Bulls and the Hawks, is the experience they have, the range of experience. I mean, you've got younger guys like John Koncak and Horace Grant, and then you've got the seasoned veterans like Moses and Bill Cartwright. It's a really good balance.
And slam dunk by Jordan.
You know, with all the other things Pippen does so well, sometimes I think we forget how good a passer he is.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Webb the pass to Wilkins. And it's Cartwright with the rebound. Cartwright's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Clark, I've always wondered how valuable you think it is for younger players to get a chance to play alongside more experienced players.
Kevin, I think it's crucial and absolutely vital. Older guys have a way of being able to teach a young star so much about patience and which battles you fight and which ones you let go and how you carry yourself as a pro and all of the nuances of playing in the NBA. Good veterans can help young players set the tone for the rest of their careers.
Oh, that's a great answer. And 3 from Jordan. Cartwright with it. Back to Jordan. Pass to Cartwright. Now Jordan, 4 on the shot clock. Over Rivers. Here's Cartwright. Lays it up off the glass.
Unrelenting on the boards. Cartwright using that strength and size to get those second shot points.
Atlanta with the ball. They need to find a high percentage shot, Clark, to regain some of that confidence.
I think they've gone too long without seeing one go down, and that begins to mess with your psyche.
A moment now to hear from David Aldridge. David, what do you have?
Thank you, Kevin. Now, before the game, when you ask the Hawks what will drive them, they say payback is a big motivator. Because when these teams met in April of '87, Michael Jordan scored 23 consecutive points in it and ended up with a Bulls single-game scoring record with 61 points. Back to you.
What a night. That sounds like a painful memory, though, Clark, for the Hawks. And they're going to have to deal with it.
You know, sometimes the painful memories like that are really great motivators going forward. They put some extra fuel in your tank of wanting to achieve more, and they keep you focused on pushing forward as you try to take down your opponent.
Yeah, these great players always look for an edge, so that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Exactly.
Here's Chicago. They're on an 11-3 run. Michael Jordan rising up.
Their offense has really stood out. They're piling up the points and torching this defense.
Here's Webb. Over Paxson. And that one hits back iron. Clark, how about the unselfishness of this team?
Love the willingness to make that extra pass, and it has the defense in a scramble mode.
It's Pippen on the wing. He's guarded by Rivers. Cartwright with a screen on Rivers. Pippen the pass to Cartwright. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Nice job on the interior. Cartwright shoots a high percentage because he takes quality shots. He never forces bad shots.
And here is Webb. Up top, Rivers. Now the pass to Koncak. Rivers against Grant. The Hawks again can't hit. Chicago with the ball. They're on a 15-3 run right now. Cuts off the pass. Koncak passes to Webb. And the Chicago Bulls, Clark, managed to pull out the win here tonight with Michael Jordan delivering a terrific performance to overcome Wilkins and these Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, Kevin, able to beat Dominique's offensive talents once again. Always special, though, to watch these two go at it head-to-head. MJ got the better of Dominique this time.
He did tonight. But looking beyond just the two stars, Clark, as you like to say, this was a team win.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, Jordan cleared and made the way, but the rest of the Bulls did a terrific job keeping up with him and putting a lot of pressure on this Hawk squad. Well done by the Bulls.
This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. See you later.